Our goal for InfoSource is to create a streamlined service that provides access to training on essential life skills. With this motivation, as a team, we set out to employ a variety of research methods to acquire a better understanding of our potential users, stakeholders, and the market as a whole.
During our research, we found three existing solutions. They were YouTube, Khan Academy, and Wikipedia. Each of these services provide a wealth of information to learn life skills and are widely accessible, but each had their own problems, whether it be a lack of focus on education, having little relevant topics, or not providing an education-friendly interface.
Stakeholder groups. So the first stakeholder groups that we research are the users, essentially those who use our solution. We particularly target young adults, especially college students who are negatively affected from misinformation. The second stakeholder groups that we research are educators, or those who has expertise and knowledge about things that the users are lacking. They do not need to be teachers, but they can be motivators, financial analysts, nutritionists, or those who are experienced on the field of finance, health, or well-being. The last stakeholder group that we research is the government. They are indirectly affected by young adults' socioeconomic situation. They spend billions on healthcare and student loans. So, the more young adults are better off financially and physically, the less they rely on government support and the less amount of money the government need to spend on them.
In order to gauge interest with potential users, we created a Google Forms survey that posed key questions relating to user desires and areas that our service would address. Some key insights that we found was that about 65% of respondents said that they get their information from the internet, which shows that our service is located in the correct distribution method, given that this will be a web-based platform. Building on that, we found that about 97% of respondents expressed that they're interested in learning more about essential life skills, which really shows that the area that we're trying to address with our service is something that users really want to gain. Breaking that down a little bit further, we found that about 55% of users expressed an interest in learning more about personal finance, 9% expressed an interest in learning more about health and well-being, and of these two, 36% wanted to learn about both these topics, which really gives a breakdown of like what services these users want to see in a service like this. Building that even further, we found that about 83% of our respondents are financially dependent, and that 70% of them are also don't have experience with finance or personal finance classes. This shows that there's an educational deficit in regards to personal finance, and that's something that we can really capitalize on with our service. Taking that even further, we found that about 100% of people are interested in learning about physical health, which is another key area in regards to health and well-being that we would include with our service. In terms of interviews, we conducted 2 interviews, a stakeholder interview with a university professor and 2 user interviews with college students. From the stakeholder interview, we really gained insight that college professors can add a lot of unique nuances and perspectives to our service in a wide variety of different fields. And we found that users really desire a streamlined and personalized approach to this service, meaning that they want something that's personalized to them, and that's something that's really easy to use and differentiated from current and existing products.
Here we are going to talk about some user personas. This persona is an example of a young Asian high schooler who is facing to enroll in college. He is worrying about how to adjust the college life without living with parents during high school. His goal is to learn some basic money management for his early college life and some exercise plans to keep the body healthy.
Our second persona will target the young adults and especially the college students. As shown on the slide, we can see Laura Miller is a senior college student who might be facing problems of graduate paper and future career planning. So at this stage, she will expect to learn more about the mental health and personal finance.
In the end, these research methods really allowed us to get a lot of unique insights into how we'll move forward with the development process. We really look forward to sharing this work with you as it comes along, and feel free to reach out with any questions as they arise. Thank you for listening to our presentation.